The Chase Freedom Flex and the Chase Freedom Unlimited are two of the best no annual fee credit cards, especially for beginners. And if you're one of my buddies and I had to recommend to you one of these cards right off the bat, I would recommend to you the Chase Freedom Unlimited because you know that you're going to be getting at least 1.5% back on every purchase you make compared to the 5% rotating categories that the Freedom Flex has. But make sure to stick around the rest of the video to understand why this may or may not be the best card for you. Let's first look at some of the similarities between these two cards. For starters, they both earn 5% back on travel booked through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal, 3% back on dining, and 3% back on drugstores. As of the time of recording this video, they also have the same welcome bonus of $200 of cash back after spending $500 in the first 3 months of having the card. And on top of that, you can get 5% back on gas station purchases for the first year of having this card. If you're looking to take advantage of that offer after watching this video, please consider using my link in the description to apply, as that'll help support the channel and also give you the best welcome bonus going on right now. On top of that, both the Unlimited and the Flex will give you purchase protections, extended warranty protections, and some travel insurances. And right off the bat, with all the categories that we covered, as well as some of these other benefits, you can see how these cards are already pretty valuable. But there are definitely some key differences that we need to look at. One small thing I'll mention first is that the Freedom Flex is a MasterCard, while the Freedom Unlimited is a Visa card. Now this does mean that the Flex, being a MasterCard, will give you some cell phone protection as well. But the downside of it being a MasterCard is that it's not accepted at some wholesale clubs like Costco, for example. I've heard of a lot of people getting this card and not realizing that that was the case, and then they end up having to product change the card to a Freedom Unlimited down the road anyway. So if you're looking to use one of these cards at Costco, I wouldn't even worry about the Flex and I would just get the Unlimited. However, this little difference should be negligible in most people's scenarios because both MasterCard and Visa are accepted basically worldwide. Now let's go ahead and dive into the Freedom Flex in a little bit more detail. So on top of the categories that we mentioned previously, the Flex actually earns 5% back in rotating quarterly categories up to $1,500 to spend within the quarter. After you hit that $1,500 to spend in the quarter, all the earnings that you have after that on those rotating categories will only be at 1%. So now to give you an idea of what these categories may look like for the upcoming year, let's go ahead and take a look at the rotating categories of 2021 to see how much value you can get out of these. So as you can see here, there are some pretty good categories like gas stations and grocery stores, but some of the categories won't give you as much value. So just make sure to take a look at this and see how much value you think you could get out of this card before you actually apply for it. The Unlimited, on the other hand, will give you 1.5% back on all other purchases outside of those categories we talked about previously. So as you can see, that's a pretty big difference between the Flex having the rotating 5% categories and the Unlimited having 1.5% on everything else. At first glance, you might think, okay, well 5% is better than 1.5%, so I'm just gonna go with the Freedom Flex. However, there are a few things that you need to pay attention to when thinking about these 5% categories. To start, these categories are actually only announced a few weeks before the quarter starts, and you actually have to activate these offers manually, either through the email that they send you or online. But if you forget to do this, then you actually won't be earning 5% in any of those categories. But now, for example, let's say that you remember to activate those categories every quarter and you actually max out the spending in those as well. So with there being 4 quarters in a year and you spending $1,500 per quarter, that means you'll be spending $6,000 annually on this card. If you were to do that, you would get 30,000 Chase UR points. And for the sake of this video, that's going to be considered $300 worth of cash back. Now to hit $300 worth of cash back at 1.5% with the Chase Freedom Unlimited, you'd have to spend $20,000 on that card in a year. And obviously that's a big difference in the money that you have to spend to actually get that $300 worth of cash back. But do remember that this is if you max out the $1,500 per quarter on the Chase Freedom Flex. And if you look back at some of the categories for 2021, especially quarter 4, you can see that those categories were for Walmart and PayPal. And I don't know about you, but I very rarely spend at Walmart and I've never used PayPal before. So unless I changed up the way that I spent, I wouldn't have got very much value at all out of those 5% categories for the 4th quarter of 2021. I feel like it's pretty unlikely that you're going to max out the $1,500 to spend every single quarter with your Chase Freedom Flex. So this calculation is a little bit skewed. But with that being said, as you can see, if you're looking to maximize the amount of points that you get per dollar that you spend, then the Chase Freedom Flex makes the most sense. However, if you're like me and you like to have a catch-all card where I can swipe it without activating anything and just know that I'm going to get at least 1.5% back, then the Freedom Unlimited is the better card in my opinion. Now you may be sitting there thinking, okay, well 1.5% back is good, but aren't there a ton of 2% cards out there that would be earning me more than Chase Freedom Unlimited? And yes, you'd be correct on that. There are a lot of 2% cards out there like the Citi Double Cash, the SoFi credit card, the Wells Fargo Active Cash, and many more. But one of the key differences is that some of those cards don't come with a welcome bonus, and a welcome bonus is what makes some of these cards so powerful because $200 worth of free money for doing spend you would be doing anyways is a lot better than getting none. On top of that, there is a way that you can technically increase that 1.5% back that you earn with the Unlimited to 2.25%. And the way that you're going to do this is with one of Chase's Sapphire cards. Now there are 2 of the Sapphire cards. There's a Sapphire Preferred and the Sapphire Reserve. If you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, your points are worth 1.25 times more when used to book travel through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal. And with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, your points are worth 1.5 times more. Now if you multiply the 1.5% back that you get with the Chase Freedom Unlimited by 1.25, that would give you a 1.875% return on all of your everything else spend with the Chase Freedom Unlimited. And if you multiply by 1.5, you'd effectively be earning 2.25% back with the Chase Freedom Unlimited, as long as you redeemed your points through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal. But wait, there's more. If you were to get one of the Chase Sapphire cards, you then unlock the ability to transfer your points out to transfer partners, those being companies like Southwest, United, Hyatt Hotels, and many more. If you were to search out some of the best value you can get when transferring points to transfer partners, you could conservatively value your points at least 2 cents per point. And that's exactly how I value my Chase points, meaning that my unlimited technically earns me 3% back on all my purchases. And now I know, before y'all flame me in the comments, I'm not technically earning 3% back on all of my purchases, but if I value my points at 2 cents per point, then every point I earn is worth double. Now you can really see the power behind these cards when you start to combine them. Now throughout the course of this video, I've been pitting these two cards against each other, but you may be wondering, well, can I not just get both? And actually, yes, you can. And if you were to get both of these cards, you'd be capturing a ton of points in a lot of different categories, while at the same time earning at least 1.5% back on all your purchases. And then with all those points that you've collected by using both of these cards, once you get a Chase Sapphire card, you can then transfer your points out to travel partners and get even more value for your points. Once you had all three, then you would technically have the Chase Trifecta. And the Chase Trifecta is a highly talked about credit card setup in the space, because as you can see, having all three of these cards would allow you to accumulate points rapidly, and you'd have a large stockpile that you could then transfer out to travel partners, and you'd be traveling across the world for free. However, if you're somebody that already has these cards or are planning on getting them in the future, and now you're looking for something a little bit more premium, go ahead and check out this video here where you can watch me apply for the Amex Gold card, which is a card that I'll likely keep in my wallet forever. But before you go and apply for yourself, go ahead and watch this video to see a full in-depth breakdown of the Amex Gold card that I did recently as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, which I assume you did if you made it this far into the video, please consider giving me a like and subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.